My hair, anytime I've used this, breaks off entirely. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Is this a weird one to put up right before Christmas? Yes, it is. We're gonna do it anyway? Yes, we are. Because we have tested a lot of products in 2022. Almost 400. That's so many products. From makeup, skincare, hair care, devices, home stuff, like we've tested it all. Are there products that are like unbelievable, that are just like the cream of the crop of 2022? Yes, there are. Stay tuned for that video. But are there products that I want to set on fire? Unfortunately, there are. So if there are any products today that I talk about that are your favorites, that is awesome. And this is why these things exist. Products that work well for me may not work well for you, and vice versa. That's just how life is. But I think it's important because I test things on camera, but then I also kind of test them off camera as well, kind of give everything a fair shake, that we talk about the things that didn't work well for me and why. So stay tuned. We will get to the good stuff, but don't worry, this is not going to be a downer video. This is right before Christmas. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it fun. Where to even start? You know what? Let's start with the makeup products. And a lot of these products I don't actually own anymore. Oftentimes I will donate them to sisters-in-law, my sister, family, because again, oftentimes they work for other people. They don't work for me. And I feel like we do this every year, but I will try wherever I can. If I talk about a product that I don't like from a particular brand, I'll talk about a product that I do like, because again, I have favorites and not favorites in every brand. So first we're going to talk about the Henriksen Self-Tanning Primer. Now I had talked about this in a particular video and tested it out, and a lot of people were saying like, hey, this is just a primer. There is no self-tanner in that, Rachel. Wrong. They have a Banana Bright primer, but they also have one with self-tanner in it. They're different. So the face primer I really like. I think that's a great face primer and it feels really good on the skin, and it's just, I thought it was a really good product. The one with self-tanner though, see, I can't get on board with it, and I'll explain why. Number one, self-tanner I want to put on a fresh, cleansed face. If I put it on top of like a moisturizer or something, you're just kind of washing away all the self-tanner. That's not really the purpose. If I wanted like a touch of a bronzing effect, I'd add like a D-Bronzi drop or something. But this is supposed to self-tan your skin, and so when you're applying it, I want it to sit on bare skin. But if I'm applying a primer, I want to put the primer on top of my moisturizer. Otherwise, I don't know, it's not enough. But then if I put on the primer and then I put a moisturizer on top, then is it a primer anymore, or is it just a self-tanner? So to me, they're not really compatible, like having a primer and a self-tanner in one. I understand the premise and I appreciate it. I think it's a cool idea. It just didn't make sense to me. Plus the self-tanner, it was a little on the orange side. I didn't like it. The next one is by Refy, and it's their Lip Sculpt Liner and Setter, which is basically like a dual-ended product. It has like a gloss almost on one side and then a lip liner on the other side. And I found this product to be so drying. The shades were a little bit on the dark side for me. I tried blush and it was still a little bit too dark for me. And then it just felt very heavy and dry. And I didn't like the feeling of the like lip setter product on top of my lips. I tried it a couple more times and it just wasn't for me. However, what I do like from Refy is their here it is. This is their face primer, the Glow and Sculpt. It has a really interesting applicator on one side. It's kind of like a rolly ball thing, but it applies really nicely. It's a beautiful primer to the skin, and it just sits really nicely underneath my makeup and adds some nice like hydration. So I really like this, not so much the lip product. Now let's talk about a bronzer. This bronzer, it was so expensive and it was so small. It was so little. It's by Westman Atelier and it's their bronzer stick, and I just wasn't impressed with the formula. It was supposed to blend like a dream and be beautiful, and all the videos I saw online, people were like, wow, it's amazing. I don't know, I wasn't into it. I much prefer the NARS, the bronzing cream. This one is like a lot better for me, and you get more product and it's less expensive. So I returned that one. I don't think I've tried anything from that brand in general since then, but like if you have any suggestions, I would love to know. Just wasn't a fan. It was so little. This is $64. Are you kidding me? I just can't get over it. Next on my little list, here is Zara. Zara has makeup, everyone. I don't know if you missed that video, but they have makeup. And they have something called the Limitless foundation. Limitless, how many ways I hate it. I'm sorry, Zara. I really wanted to like it. I was very excited about it, but it was just very heavy. It didn't sit well on my skin. It didn't have any longevity to it. It was very full coverage. So if you like something that has a very fuller coverage and maybe you have, I don't know, like oily skin, maybe it would work better for you. It felt very dry and matte on my skin. It was just very heavy. I did not like it. However, from Zara, in the sort of like the beautyscape, I do really like their perfumes. The Gardenia one, I believe it is. It's a really lovely scent, and I believe it is a dupe for the Black Opium by YSL. Such a nice scent and much less expensive. It was just a really pretty one. I was very surprised that Zara has all of these like perfume dupes that none of us knew about. That's not true. I didn't know about them. A lot of people do though. I think I have it over here. Hang on. Here it is, right here. This one, Gardenia, smells really nice. It's warm, hint of sweetness, but it's got much stronger like coffee note to it, and it lasts a lot longer on my skin than even the Black Opium does. So this is a really good dupe. Moving right along, we're moving out of the makeup world and more into the general beauty world. Only in that I have no other way of categorizing these couple of products. Again, I don't have a lot of things that I didn't like this year, but there were a couple. Okay, Isle of Paradise. Their bronzing oil mist. I could not get this product to look good on my skin, and it just sat weird. I think that's the one that like made it looked weird with my feet or something. I don't remember. It was horrific to try and apply it because it was getting everywhere. Everything was oily and slippery. I just think that's like a really dangerous product. Any sort of like oil like that, I try them and I really want to like them, but then they always just feel like a hazard. I couldn't even really tell where I was applying it or how much I was putting on. It was a mess. However, their brush thing, hold on, I need to show you. This brush right here, girl, you need this in your life. If you do self-tanner, I mean, if you don't, this is probably not that interesting. This brush, incredible, game-changing, in fact. I don't even want to apply self-tanner if I don't have this brush. That's how much I love it. Because for whatever reason, I don't know if it's like eczema or just dry skin that I can't seem to fix, but my hands and elbows are just horrific to apply any sort of self-tanner to. It doesn't work well, and I have to apply the cream and then I have to like wipe it off, like it's a whole thing. However, using this and putting a little bit of product in here and then smoothing it over hands or any like areas like the knees or ankles or anything like that, it just blends on like a dream. Like there are no streakiness, it's incredible. Cannot stress this enough. If you have not added this to like your arsenal of products within like the self-tanning world, you are missing out. It's so good. Now we're gonna get into a product that I wish that I had something that I like from them, but I have tried this one product and I'm too scared to try anything from them. And it's a product that I feel like a lot of people are very excited about, and it is a product that a lot of people swear by. So it seems to work really well for a lot of people, but my hair, anytime I've used this, breaks off entirely. I wish that I was joking. See all this? And you see how my ends, like I can't even wear my hair straight right now because it looks so terrible and so damaged. So to say it doesn't work for me is a little bit of an understatement, but it's the very hyped up K18 leave-in mask. Again, this is something that a lot of people either really love or they're like, it needs a lot of time, you need to use it a lot to make it work. Okay, fine. You can also apply it in a different way. So the initial instructions said to, when I was testing it, apply it to your hair without any conditioner, let it sit in for 4 minutes, and then rinse it off, and then you're good to go. And then you're supposed to continue to use it, and it's supposed to like repair your hair. Now, when I initially used it, I was like, ooh, my hair feels really dry after. And so I was doing a little bit more digging, and apparently someone also was experiencing that same sort of thing and reached out to the company, and the company suggested another way of doing it. It would be to shampoo, apply this for 4 minutes, rinse it off, condition your hair, and then rinse it, and then continue as you were. So I had tried that, and when I tell you, I have never seen my hair look so damaged and feel so brittle, and like I just got my hair trimmed and colored in October, and I'm already going back for another trim because of damage. Now, have I used it more than 3 times? No, I have not. Have I used it 3 times though? Yes, I have. That is enough for me. I am too scared to use it anymore. I have been trying everything to kind of repair my hair and fix whatever's been going on. I do have some product recommendations of things that have been working really well for me in next week's video, so stay tuned for that. Listen, do I wish that it worked for me? I do, but I'm not going to continue to use a product that worked so terribly for my hair type. So yeah, That's my story on that. If it works really well for you, I am so happy for you, and I wish that it worked well for me, but it is not the case. So unfortunately, that was among the worst products that I have used this year. It's kind of a bummer. I'm sorry, everyone. Okay, moving right along. This one's a saucy perfume that I wish that I liked because everyone seems to love it. It's the Sol de Janeiro body perfume. They're like signature one that everyone on TikTok is obsessed with. And I tested it for a video and it just, I don't know, it kind of smells beachy, sort of. It felt very summery, but not in a good way. I don't know, maybe I wasn't vibing with the scent, and again, scents are very personal preference and I get that. But this one just took me by surprise as to how much I was not like wowed by it. Obviously there are going to be scents that like people are like, oh, I like it, I don't like it. Totally makes sense. But this one, as is the bottom of my list, because it was so hyped up and it just did not even come close. Sol de Janeiro. I honestly don't think that I've tried anything else from this brand. And that's on me. Like, I feel like I should know more about them because they're very, very popular. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know because I would like to try some more products from them. Next up is a face mask. And this was from the series that we started this year on like the most wished for Amazon products. I've been having so much fun filming that series and like looking and finding all these new things that we can test out together that have been on people's wish lists that people are really excited about. And this one mask, like, it was on a lot of wish lists and a lot of people seem to get excited about it, and I hated it so much. It is the zombie face mask, and this thing you're supposed to apply to your skin. It's supposed to tighten, brighten. It has like egg white in it and a whole bunch of other things, and it makes you kind of look like zombie-esque. Your face looks a little crazy. But not only did it smell terrible, but it broke me out a little bit. Like, my skin was quite red for a while, and my skin is not that as sensitive as it used to be. It used to be more on the sensitive side, but I think I've pelted it with so much product. They're like, I give up. Fine, we won't be sensitive anymore. And that was from Amazon. I don't even have to tell you how many products I like from Amazon. If you want to see more, I have a storefront down below. Peruse at your leisure. And then, ooh, okay, so this was an overly sponsored product, and it was something that actually I had come across, and then also Lo had come across, and we're like, we've seen this in a couple of ads, we should try it. And it's the Paume hand sanitizing, like a bundle. They have this like really pretty looking bottle. They have a gorgeous like aesthetic in terms of their promotional stuff that they've been doing. Like, it looked beautiful. And so the story of Paume is that it's supposed to be sort of like a luxurious experience with sanitizer. They have a bunch of different skincare products as well. The hand sanitizer was the one that I tried. And so to differentiate themselves from the rest of the products out there on the market, they added a moisturizer element. They're just supposed to be like a plant-focused hydration. They're also plastic neutral, I believe. And they're obviously an antibacterial product that has like a scent to it. They have like essential oils in it. So I was really excited to try it. I found the bottle to be fine. It didn't look as like premium looking as it does in all of their ads, but fine. The scent itself was like super underwhelming and was completely overpowered by the antibacterial element to their product. The moisturizing element was fine, and I'm sure if you were using hand sanitizer like 200 times a day, that would probably be a really helpful product. But it smelled so powerfully of just like aggressive hand sanitizer that I couldn't justify the price of it. And like, I've tried some really nice hand sanitizers, like the ones by Honest Beauty. Their spray hand sanitizers smell unbelievable, and they're so much easier to apply. You're not getting like a giant wad of the hand sanitizer in your hand. You're like, how many people want to have some of this hand sanitizer? I have too much. So I really like those ones. This just wasn't for me. Next, I want to talk about a product that did not work really well for me, but there is a specific market that this works really well for, and that is the hand massager. I was very excited about this because I think, you know, that's like a nice little treat to have like a nice little hand massage. But to me, it was, I don't know, like a pressure point, but it wasn't like enough pressure. I don't know. It just didn't work for me the way that I was expecting it to, and it didn't give me the results that I had kind of hoped for. However, I was reading through the comments and a lot of people were saying that the hand massager was really helpful for them. I saw a couple of people were talking about like carpal tunnel or any sort of like joint pain, and they said that the hand massager made a really big impact for them. So I'm letting you know as sort of like a heads up that if you do suffer from those, then maybe this hand sanitizer, still have that on the brain. Maybe the hand massager is a good product and something that you might want to explore more. For me, it didn't fit with what I was expecting. Next, we're gonna talk about a travel product. And yes, I did test these on a plane, and yes, I looked a little crazy, but was it worth it? Yes, it was. And it is the Travel Neck Wrap. And this is something that I bought off of Amazon. I used it for a trip, family trip, to go visit family. And it's supposed to like support one side of your head, so when you're like resting, you're gonna feel all like nice and cozy, and you can just sort of rest to the side, because we all know airplanes aren't the most comfortable. It was nice and portable. It felt nice and fuzzy and warm and like cuddly. I was like, perfect. However, I just couldn't get it to work. It was either too tight or wasn't tight enough. And then if I was like leaning to one side, I felt like I had to lean to the other side almost immediately. Like it wasn't comfortable. It just kind of like smushed up weird and kept moving my headphones. I don't know. I was not a fan of that product. I don't think it worked very well. I did like the Ostrich one. However, that was really expensive. And I think that would only really be good if you were going on a lot of, you know, longer flights and you wanted to rest. I can see that being really helpful. However, again, very expensive. We have got some incredible products though coming up next week of like just the best of the best, cream of the crop products. I can't wait to share them with you guys. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a long one, so everyone be prepared. I mean, that's the week between Christmas and New Year's. I don't even know what to do with myself during that week. I feel like it's just like a holding period, just waiting for the new year. So we're gonna fill it up with some good stuff, some stuff to like end off the year right. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Merry Christmas to all that are celebrating. I hope you have a fantastic Christmas, and I will see you guys all in the next one.